Greetings, welcome back to this podcast, a message to no one. Today I want to speak about you. You find yourself in this story. In a story, you have a name, you have a description. You can be described against other seeming characters in the story. But with all the information that you have, seemingly you still have questions about the nature of your reality. You want to know who you are despite what you know from the story. So all the words, all the descriptions, all the ideologies that are found in the story are not enough to fill this unfillable void that comes with not knowing who you are. And in this podcast, we are not going to give you answers to satisfy you or to satisfy that thirst for that knowledge. We are not going to quench that thirst. Why don't we leave it as it is and go straight to the fact that you are everything appearing as just you? And that's not a compliment, because that's already the case. You are already everything. If you are already everything, this is wholeness. It's one. There is no other. There is no other for you to be compared with, so that you could have a description, so that you could have a label, a name, so that you could have qualities, distinct qualities. All of those are not there, because you are everything already. It's already the case, just appearing in the story. And as I'm speaking about you, I'm also cognizant of the fact that I'm speaking of I, because I is also you. Everyone refers to themselves as I, but in the same breath, we refer to the other as you. So that you refers to themselves as I. So what is I? I is you. You is I. That's the nature of words in the story. And maybe that what complicates this quest for knowing who you are. As you try to learn who you are, then you find this dilemma of words, that words just imply each other. Sometimes you might be thinking that you are describing something, just a single thing, only to find that in order to describe that, you must include the other things around it, because the word describe this as distinct from the other. Therefore, there will always be up in the down, lights and darkness. So in the darkness there is light, because you can't even fathom darkness without light. You can't even describe that. You can't even have that word. What does it mean without light? That is why when you approach the door, written pull, you push. Pull and push are the same thing. They just imply each other. So this is the dilemma with words. As I try to find themselves in this story. And we are going to use the story language to have this conversation. That's nice. Because this podcast is part of the story anyway. We are going to use words as part of this podcast, speaking about this dilemma, this mystery of you, because already you are everything. You are everything, and it's not a compliment. This is not you are everything, you are powerful. Compared to what? There is no other, it's only you as everything. This is such a useless information in the story. Such a useless, helpless information. Because in the story, it's a story of going out to find a treasure. So, and now you are being told that individual who goes out to find a treasure is also a treasure, because he is everything in that story. So whatever appears to be a distinct thing in this story is just everything appearing as that. So you are already everything. You are already everything. You are already whole, appearing as a fragment. You are already perfect, appearing imperfect. We are already unfulfilled. You are already fulfilled, appearing unfulfilled. Appearing as if there is a process to fulfillment, when you are already everything. So in that endeavor, trying to find yourself and not finding yourself, going all out, there will be words that will be found on the way. The words about consciousness. Beautiful words. Significant words. And I don't even know what significant mean in this everythingness. For what is conscious of you being everything? What is conscious of that? What is aware of you being everything? There's nothing, no one. No one is conscious. So consciousness is just a word in the story. How do I align myself to consciousness? It's just written in the story language. It's in the story. You are already everything. There is no process to everything. It's everything trying to it's already everything trying to find everything. It's a crazy story. It's everything trying to align with everything. How could it be not aligned? How could it be incomplete? How could it be unfulfilled? You are already everything, but it's not a compliment. It's not about how powerful you are. Because in a story, powerful is also powerless. This is the emptiness in everything, and you are that emptiness. You are that space. You are that silence. And when you look at all the sounds, you have the sound because there is silence. There is the absence of it. So all the sounds out there, sounds of birds singing or humans singing, siren hooter from the car, guitar, every sound out there, it's just emptiness. It's just silence appearing as that sound. And you are everything, and it's not a compliment. You can't do anything with this. What a shame. What a shame. Can't do anything with this. Because if you are already everything, then what? So this message is like a so what in everything. So what? Whatever happens, so what? It's already everything happening. It's already what is. You are what is. What is speaking now. What is listening now. What is making sense of what doesn't make sense at all. Whatever is spoken of in this podcast. This is what is. And you are that. And if ever you try to figure out how am I everything, it's what is trying to figure out what is. It's the craziest thing to happen or not to happen, because happening and not happening are the same thing. So this is everything, and you are that. And being that is not a compliment. There is no way of being that. And there is no way of knowing that you are that. As I always say, I don't know what I'm talking about. I don't know at all. It's not just a phrase that I wanna appear woke. What is wokeness even? Who's awake here? Who's enlightened? If you are everything already, this wholeness, this is wholeness. And in wholeness, there are no descriptions. In wholeness, there are no words. Because words are just labels in the story. But what is there to be labeled if it's the only thing there is? Why would you label it? Who would label it? That's a question. So you are already everything. You are already all of it, everything. Sometimes this might lift off whatever is on your shoulder, might lift off all the trying to find out, when it's seen that all of that are also this. It might also lift off trying to control what is, because you are it. You are it. It might also lift off trying to know the tomorrow or trying to predict what's next. There is no next. There is no after or before. This is everything now, and you are everything now. There is no next you, and there is no you prior. Because all there is just you. All there is just you. So what happens next? It's just you. It's just you. So whatever preparations, so everything, and this is not about okay, I'm everything, therefore I don't have to do anything. Doing or not doing is everything, not doing or doing. This is a merely pointing out, a merely reflection of what is already the case. It's a reflection of the fact that you are everything. You are everything. It's not a compliment to you. You are not being complimented. You are already that. That's it. What about everything around you? It's already everything. Anything, it's already everything. Smartphone, it's already everything appearing as that. It's already everything appearing as that. And this is not about you are everything, therefore you are powerful, so you can connect. This is not a message about connectivity or about creation. All those are part of the story. It's a beautiful story nonetheless. Who cares anyway? Who cares? Story made of words, and words are all empty, all equally empty. So I was saying earlier on that you might, in your quest of finding, because there is always that unfillable void of not knowing who you are, so you go around searching this. So as you search this, you might find information about knowing your lineage, knowing about DNA, knowing about genetics, about your family history. And you go deep in that. You know where your great-grandfather was, what native they were, and all of that. And you go up until to yourself. And once all of that information is gathered, there's still that void that has never been filled, can never be filled by that. It's like when you look at everything in the story, as you live your life in this story, it's like there's always something off, like there's something off about this. There's always that. There's always contradictions in the story. It's like the story is coherent, and then all of a sudden there's a contradiction. It's like when you describe everything as lessons, then there are lesson, then something else happens. Then it's no longer a lesson. Like, what is this? This is everything, and you are everything. And it's not a compliment on your part. And this can never be used in the story, that how useless it is. and I don't know what I'm talking about, who can know? Who can know? Because this is the wholeness. There is no other. There is no other. Therefore, this is unknowable. This is forever unknown. And no one wants to know this. In a story, no one wants to know this. Because this is like death in the story. It's like the end of the story. Suddenly the story doesn't stick anymore. Suddenly the story is just like a dream, just happening on its own. Suddenly all the trying to find everything just doesn't make sense. This is the senseless sense. And you are everything. You are already everything. There is no trying to be everything. There is no process to this. You can't do anything to be everything. You are already everything. So whatever you do to be everything, it's like everything doing that. So everything is listening, everything is speaking, everything is sitting on a couch, everything is sitting on the chair, everything is driving right now. This is it. You are everything, and that's not a compliment. Thank you.